Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. You are back, MRC. It is Tier 1 time at the Circuit of Americas. We are joined this evening. It is, of course, I'm back. It is Tier 1 time. No Gav this evening. He is out sunning himself. Well, not sunning himself. He is in the Lake District, so he'll be probably getting a downpour nonetheless. But it is time for the first time this season. And it's time to introduce the second half of the T-side twosome. We are back in full force, Tier 1 style. It is, of course, Morgan. Good evening.
Good evening, Mark. How are we doing?
Ah, fantastic. Yeah, not too bad. I've calmed down now after Tier 2 fiasco, but we will not talk about that. Of course, we will continue on to Tier 1s. And you had a good race yourself.
Yeah, from last on the grids up to 7th, there was a bit of a fight through the field, but it was good fun, to be fair.
Yeah, and this track lends to that. It can, if you get the setup right and you can get it quite, the consistency right, stay away from penalties, and it can really, really make a difference.
Yeah, the safety cars were definitely a big factor in our race then, so we'll see how well the Tier 1 guys do to keep it on track with this. It's a pretty horrible track, I'm not even going to lie.
It's one of those that can really be a tough one, you're right, and we saw plenty of penalties in Tier 2. And let's see how the Tier 1, as you say, Tier 1 fare with the track limits and just a bit. We saw plenty of good overtakes in Tier 2, and let's hope it's the Tier 1 guys put on another good show as they normally do.
Yeah, these guys are definitely the best of the best that we've got, and they're definitely going to show it tonight.
Yeah, a couple of reserves in this evening as well. We'll run through those in a minute. The two that are going to note are Scratch Charisma. Karim Benzema is back in the seat tonight, and of course, our very own Red Car Rambo haven't left the pits as yet, but he'll be joining shortly. And we've seen Ryan, especially, he's had a few goes with the Tier 1 guys and definitely held his own, hasn't he? He even did it last year when he was Tier 3, and well, it was something to think about, didn't he?
Yeah, so Scratch and Ryan did amazingly in the qualifying for the Tier 2 race. Obviously both put a 33.9 in. We've also got Dummy Hornet in from Tier 2 as well, so hopefully he can show a bit of pace tonight.
Yeah, he can, yeah, so it's I'm looking forward to this, actually, seeing how those guys get on and just see how these guys take to this track. It luckily looks like we've got full dry conditions.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I would want to see a wet race here. There's lots of wet races I'd love to see, but this isn't one of them.
No, this is treacherous in the dry, isn't it? We've seen a few drivers lose it in the race and on their own, just minding their own business. The rear steps out and that's it, you're into a wall. Even though there's a lot of runoff area, but just at the point that you don't need the runoff, or you need runoff, I should say, that's it. There's a wall staring you blank in the face.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that the curbs are all just obviously flat curbs. You can drive over them, and it just makes it really hard to actually find the apexes for the blind corners around here. Yeah,
there was some that are absolutely terrible. The one that we're on board with Goni at the moment, and this one he's at there, and that's absolutely brutal. That corner, it's so difficult to get the right brake and get the turn in, and it's difficult to keep the front end tyres, I think, in check really for the full lap as well, just to stop them from overheating. And trying to keep that grip. You may find towards the end of the lap a bit of mid-corner understeer as Ogoni gets a bit of oversteer actually outside of the last corner, but puts an 33.1 just to start with.
Yeah, I think this is a bit similar to a Japan-style setup. It's one of them where you either have it set up for the first and last sector, or you have it set up for the middle sector for the high top speed. It's just trying to find that balance to get a good lap together.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, it is that compromise, isn't it? We're already in the mid 132s already at the start of qualifying. We've already lost 5 minutes of qualifying already. What happened to that? Biggest notice. I know. That's the thing. You sat there in the box and you sit now. You'll wait, and you think, right, I've still got another 5 minutes to go. You sit in the commentary box and that's it. It's gone. Now, big noticeable absence this evening, J Sarge in the Ferrari. We've got Mark Ainley in the seat instead tonight. So he's already put in a comment, don't we in his seat? I'm sure Mark Ainley will be looking after that one for J Sarge, and we'll hopefully see him back next week. Of course, two-time champion. He's a little bit more, should we say, competition this season. A little bit
It's good competition all the way through the tiers, to be fair. It's definitely a much closer season than we've seen recently.
It is, you're right, and it's just great to see. It is really, really good to see that we've got multiple winners as well.
I think now we've got to that stage with this game, is that everyone's got setups down, we all know the cars pretty well now. We're also getting close to 22 where the cars are going to be completely different again, and no one's going to have a clue what to do with them.
You know what, I can't wait for that game. I honestly cannot wait for that to come out, because you're right, they've changed the dynamics between the last game and this one. You're right, we're just getting the cars down, we know what we're doing with setups and those who create their own, and then you're right, next game will be a couple of months away and that's it, it's going to be completely different again. Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, after watching a couple of the tech videos for the new cars though, I wonder if that, the poor poison problem for the real cars is actually going to show itself in the games for the setup problems.
Oh, imagine. I wonder if it would do in the career or the My Team. It might do if you have to develop your car throughout.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Oh, his Monster's lost it big time. Wow, he's really lost it. Wow, how did he end up over there? That's kind of this almost that long right-hander in Sector 3 really got the back squirrel in. He's on the medium tyres and yeah, they just did not like the extra load being put through him. He spun again and lost his front wing. Oh, I mean, he'll be coming to the pits anyway, but he'll be kicking himself with that. As we're watching Kid Dynamite pop it into 10th on the mediums, he's the only one to complete the lap on the medium tyres.
To be fair, there's not much of a better place to lose your wing than right next to the pits.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That is a fair point. I mean, or not at all. Let's have a look. Who have we got on track at the moment? A few drivers on the out laps. So Scratch is on one, Gatian's on one, Alex Edric as well. A few drivers still to leave the pits. Redcar and LRL have not left the pits as yet to set a lap time. Reese sets the early pace with Le Rappel just under 0.2 of a second further back. After all my technical difficulties, I actually haven't got my safety car chat ready. I haven't got any useless facts yet. I'm slacking. I must admit, I'm slacking. I had enough time to practice.
I'm sure we can find some useless stuff to talk about when the safety cars are out. I mean, we can talk about the Borough-Tottenham game if you want.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of Spurs fans out there will not be happy about that. I mean, we will.
Yeah.
We could talk about that till the checkered flag, to be fair. Then we've got Chelsea, and then we've got Chelsea to really rub the face in it as well. And I'm sure that I knew there's a few Man United fans.
Leave some comments below about how much you don't want to hear about this, and then we'll just probably talk about it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know your feedback. Feedback on should we? I mean, it's only a part-time sport, isn't it? Really, not like this. This is the proper stuff, the proper sport.
Yeah, this is the proper sport that we should talk about, but you might sneak in there if there's a safety car or two.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. I'm sure there's going to be some puns that'll swap over between the two. I don't know what yet, but someone might hit the post or somewhere, or the wall, the post, and yeah, I'm sure we'll get something in there.
Yeah, we'll find some way.
Oh yeah, exactly. And we're on board with Scratch for us, mate, in the red of the Borough. I mean the Ferrari red. He's decided to go on the soft tyres and validate his lap as well. Oh, right at the end, and decides to dive into the pit, save the rest of those tyres. Monster's back out this time on a set of on softs. Now he's hurt and damaged those mediums that he was looking to try and get that lap in. But already more than halfway through qualifying. Let's have a look at Andrew as he starts his fast lap. Let's hope the Mercedes in Tier 1 have a better job than we did in Tier 2.
What happened in Tier 2 again? I can't quite remember what happened to the Mercedes.
It wasn't one to write home about. Yeah, Kimi Raikkonen's got his early post-race or post-crash ice creams. I've got my post-race rum. So it's all good. Every cloud has a silver lining, you know.
As if you needed an excuse to drink rum.
I felt like I needed one. I could justify that, but Johnny goes and pops it. Wow, 1,000th of a second quicker than Reese. Wow, that's a bit close. We're on board with Andrew at the minute. We are going to cut across. Reese is on a fast lap. Just started it. Going through sector 1. We're going to ride on board with him as he keeps it nice and tight. Changes down for the left and the really tricky end of this first S section. Heavy braking now, see fair at the end there. Oh, very late on the brakes. Very, very late to get the drive. He's trying to look for a bit of slipstream, but Chris Bailey was going a bit too slow for his liking for Reese and too far out of... Apparently we've got some issue on... Kendrick's a few issues with the stream. Funny if I had that in Tier 2, I was trying to watch the race and it wouldn't show, but now it's back. Thank goodness for that. Nice to have you with us, Kendrick. As we're going to ride on board with Reese through the last final section, flat out in qualifying mode, heavy fuel, not so much. Wow, he absolutely nailed the second last corner. That is absolutely fantastic. I wish I could do that. And then the last corner as well, little kick of oversteer, runs it wide and invalidates right the death, and he would have gone provisional pole as well. Oh, invalidates last corner. That kick of oversteer drags him wide.
It's always worse when it's your teammate you're battling as well for that top step.
You're right, it is. I know you want to do well for him. You want to, you want the team to do well, and yeah, that's just so unlucky. Scratches back out, but is he on a set of medium tyres? He likes the medium tyres to scratch Charisma.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the medium tyres around here. They even knew they feel a bit sketchy, but he seems to make him work.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I don't know. I didn't get a chance to run them, to be honest. We can laugh about it now.
thinking about Reese, obviously in second, I'm wondering if that's the better place to start, because I'm sure second's on the inside line for the first corner.
It is. You're right. Yeah. And I think this game as well, it doesn't necessarily do the whole which side's better to start on. I think it does just make it level whichever side you are.
So I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing to be on the second bit of the grid to get the nice inside line up to the first corner if you can get the good enough start.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. Now, Guy we're on board with the Alpha Tower. Whoa! As we got, I wish we didn't go to him now. He was just up, less than a tenth up, and spins as well. They'd start at sector 3. That is a horrible corner, very, very difficult. And then he went like a spinning top, that Alpha Tower. So he'll be quitting there as he'll have heated up his rear tyres far too much. He's gone again! Has he hit the wall? He has. Lost half his front wing, trying to push to get back in the pits. He should have plenty of time. 4 minutes left on the clock, so he'll have plenty of time to get back out on a new set and to go again empty. Let's have a look at Mike. How's he faring? He's going to bail as well and dive into the pits. Who's on a lap at the moment? Ollie's bailed out of his. As Fatcher's gone again. The Alpha Tauri is having a bit of difficulties at the minute. That's outside the second last corner as well. I quite like that. It's like a nose cam, but it's a sideways nose cam, that one. I don't really know what it's going to be looking at. Yeah.
Seems to have quite a few spinners coming around here today.
Yeah, we do. You're right, actually.
I've noticed that these tier 1 drivers, obviously, like the faster drivers seem to like quite loose cars, so it doesn't really surprise me that through these fast corners that they're losing the back end, because they do seem to like oversteery cars.
You're right, actually. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. They like to catch it, don't they, and just to almost drift, if you like, through some of the quicker corners and get the car quite pointy. And yeah, you're right with that.
Obviously, it's always like down to preference, but I have noticed that a lot of the quicker guys seem to have very oversteery setups.
I can't cope with understeer, I can't cope with oversteer, and to be fair, I think I can't cope with this track. So, yes, you're right. I mean, each driver does have a preference, but you're right, the quick guys do like a pointy and very oversteery car. You're very, very true with that. Just how they set them up, and I don't know if that's more of a time trial-esque setup that they have with that would create it. Obviously, time trials, as we know, perfect conditions, perfect temperatures, and perfect grip conditions as well. As Ryan, well, it didn't invalidate. It took a hefty chunk of curb as he's on his one and only flying lap.
Yeah, the track limits around here do seem a bit dodgy, to be fair. You can take a lot of curb without getting a warning, but if you go just slightly off a different corner, it'll give you an instant warning.
It is very inconsistent, isn't it? And I don't know if it's the game and Codemasters are, credit to it, giving it more of a realistic approach where some are heavy, give heavier penalties than others. As Ryan pops it into 13th on a 34.4. I know he's got a little bit more in him, but he is up there. He'll just be playing the long game. I'm sure he'll have plenty of tyres left for the race. I think, especially after Tier 2, so quite a few late safety cars, and maybe just looking to keeping his tyres ready for that.
He's got the experience from the Tier 2 race to, obviously race strategies and stuff. He showed great pace in tonight's race as well, so I reckon he's in for a good shout for points.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely agree with that one. He's definitely got the skills to do that. So on board with LRL, him and Andrew. Andrew's the one on the fast lap at the minute. He's under pressure. The Mercedes man hasn't set a lap time yet. We saw him lose the front wing early on. Just hasn't managed to get the lap together, invalidated his second run, so this is the pressure run. Just wants to get one on the board. Doesn't matter if it's up there, doesn't matter if it's top 10, just as long as he gets one on the board. That's going to be the key for Andrew at this stage of qualifying. Only seconds remaining. Already 20 seconds left. All drivers bar one out on track. Scratch has finished his run. Andrew, that's exactly what you're saying. Andrew ran very, very wide, and that's one of the columns that you can get away with it. It deems that you're a little bit slower through there, and didn't get away with it. Runs very wide as well. Misses the apex. It'll be very slow through the second last corner. How does he fare at the last corner? Yeah, keeps well away from the exit curb. 134.3, 15th place for the Mercedes man, and that's qualifying done for him. Last one on a lap is LRL. He managed to get through before the time hit zero. Last driver. Actually, I do believe he was actually quite looking forward to this.
Well, some people like this track, a lot of people don't, but it's Reese set even faster time.
He has, yeah. He was quicker than when he invalidated in the last corner. He managed to get out again, and half a tenth quicker than his teammate.
Well, I'm sure I can see Alfa Romeo scoring some good points tonight if they don't take each other out into the first corner.
Yeah, definitely. But as we've seen in Tier 2, anything can happen. And it usually does, not just in F1, but in MRC as well.
We do seem to have a lot of last-minute shock moments.
Yeah, I think that's what keeps it exciting as well, isn't it? We've had that many different winners this season already in all of the tiers, and there's nobody running away with the championship. There's none of the constructors necessarily running away with it at this stage, already pretty much halfway through as well. And it could be anybody's game. As LRL pops it into 8th, good lap from him. He had pressure on as well. Let's have a look who was it. Ball boy crossed the line. He goes 4th. He was 2 tenths down. Ryan also on track. He's bailed out as well, invalidated his lap. He's just going to look to get back to the pit, save those soft compound tyres so they don't do any extra laps than his needs be. So that, ladies and gents, is qualifying already. Reese takes pole position with his teammate Ugoni in second. Chris Bailey, good lap from him. Look at that. Reese has got no front wing. So I don't know what's happened there. Nice way back in. There's Kid Dynamite illegal blocking now. That's interesting. Kid
That's a new
Dynamite
one. I
down in
haven't seen that one.
16. No, never seen that one before. That's a very new penalty. So he's out. He will start from the back of the grid. Will Kid Dynamite. But Reese takes pole. Ugoni in second. Chris Bailey in the Williams. Good luck from him. He takes third. Ballboy in fourth. Ollie, the first of the Mercedes, in fifth. Oh, Fatch in sixth. Lerapel in seventh. LOL with that great lap. He finishes eighth. G-Star in ninth. And Alex in 10th. They will all start on the soft compound tyres. And starting from 11th with free reign is MTO, Mark Ainley, Gatian, Red Cow Rambo, Gene Genie, Kid Dynamite with a 5-second penalty will start at the back. Thomas Hornet, Monster, Gagai, and the reserve of Scratch, or Kareem Benzema, as we call him. He will be starting down on the final row of the grid. Yeah, like you mentioned there, Morgan, a lot of spinners through that. A lot of people really pushing hard, and yeah,
it's definitely not something I expected from the Tier 1 guys, but like I said, it obviously just might be the way they've got their car set up. Take that sweeping right-hander a bit too fast and your car's gone by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's a strange one, that one. It's unusual for it to go where it does. Look at that gap as well, right at the top four, separated by 6/100ths of seconds there. That's incredibly close, I must admit. Wow. That's insane.
Yeah. It's it definitely takes some doing to obviously get this sort of pace this consistently from these guys, but they're just showing why they're in Tier 1 all over again.
And it backs up what we were saying about how close they all are. The top 8 separated by less than a quarter of a second. Top 10 by half a second. So that again shows how competitive, as we were saying. Anyway, just at the quality that they are. I'm looking forward to this now. Really looking forward to this race. Clear blue skies yet again. We are in Texas, so would struggle a little bit, I think, if we had a bit of rain. It's not unknown. Not unknown.
Let me just go get my cowboy boots and my 10-gallon hat and let's do this.
Exactly, yeah. We're not going to do the accents. I am not doing a Texas accent tonight. I haven't got my tash. I haven't got my Daniel Ricciardo tash. I'm fine with the beard.
I mean, if you're not doing it, then I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it on my own.
Oh, it's one of the. Is it the old tricks where you tell everybody, yeah, we're dressing up, we're all dressing up, and the one person comes dressed up and nobody else is?
No, I wouldn't do that too. Don't mean talking about.
Yeah, clear blue skies. Look at that. It's going to be perfect conditions, full dry race, and let's have a look at the drivers, especially outside of the top 10. And see who's starting on what. MTO, Monster, and Kid Dynamite, the only ones starting the medium compound tyres. Everyone else starting on the soft. So I would say the two-stop strategy is definitely the way to go around here. One stop, very difficult to make those tyres last. But of course, the imminent threat of safety cars could, can and does generally play a havoc, especially around here, as we saw earlier.
Yeah, safety cars are a big threat, but this grid looks very similar to the start grid for the Tier 2 race. Not many people wanted to go for the medium stint first, but like you said, two stops the favourite, whether it's like soft, medium, soft, medium, soft, whatever people want to do. But yeah, I don't think you'll see many people on hards in this race at all.
I think a few did try it in the Tier 2 race, and I'm not really sure how well they got on. I don't think they got on very well, to be perfectly honest. I think they got off it as quick as they could.
Especially when that second to last safety car came.
I can imagine, yeah, everyone bailed on that one as quick as they could. I think it was a perfect chance to go to the softs, and then the final safety car 2 laps later just kind of negated that strategy a little bit for them. But this is, I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, Reese is keeping the pack nice, tightly bunched. We did see a few drivers drop really quite far back in the Tier 2 race, of course. That's not what we try to keep all drivers within 10 car lengths, if possible. There's a top 4, just got away a little bit there from Ollie. Just caught napping. I don't, that's not intentional, knowing how Ollie is. So just maybe just caught a little bit lapping, and then he's caught up again. Now, drivers start taking to the grid.
I wonder if these two can keep it away from each other going into this first corner.
That, honestly, the intrigue and the excitement is... I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to this. We know Reese is aggressive. We know both drivers are very aggressive drivers, but obviously very, very fair drivers as well. We've seen it in plenty this season. So how are they going to fare against each other? Will Chris try and get up there? Will Ballboy try and get up there? Or are they just going to try to keep out the way? But here we are. 3 lights, 4, 5 red lights, and we go racing. Away we go. Good start from all of the guys there, but look at the Alphas side by side going up. Reese cuts to the inside to cut off Ugoni. But I tell you who's got the big jump there, Fatch. Gets a big jump, Ballboy as well, fighting. Ollie goes back. Chris Bailey's got a really poor start from the Williams man, but the Alfa Romeos get away nice and clean, while everybody else behind. Genie's gone, retired already. And I think there's, virtual safety car. Mark Ainley as well has had an incident as well. He's dropped back. So the Ferrari man struggling as well in the replacement seat. He's got to the back of the pack. But
I'm not quite sure how that wasn't a full safety car, but...
I don't know, I got one. I questioned this exactly. I got taken out in exactly the same place. And yeah, full safety car. I don't know... how, but virtual safety car has been chosen by the race director this time round.
There was a lot of chopping and changing there from the start.
There really was. There was a good little battle going on between Fatch, Ballboy, Lirapel and Ollie Racing, so we didn't see it. It was in the background. But Fatch, big gainer, up 3 places already. Ballboy managed to hold his position. Ollie Racing dropped in the end and Bailey losses. We got the green flag to go racing. Finally, ladies and gents, again we go. Halfway around lap 1 as both Alfa Romeos skating off already 3.5 seconds down the road. But it's Fatch is under pressure from Ballboy. He's trying to go around the outside already. Tries to go the inside and he does. He gets past. That's a heck of a move. Really caught him lapping. There's been a collision. That's Lirapel's in the wall. He's out. Liverpool had it coming together with I think I was fighting with Ballboy going on the outside, and a yellow flag in sector 3. He's off the racing line, Liverpool, but a few drivers already pitting. I don't know if there's any damage to some of these cars. So that's Ollie Racing, G-Star, Dumas Hornet and Fatch. Now I don't know if Fatch had got something from that collision with Liverpool. That's promoted Ballboy up into 3rd. Alex is going to be breathing a sigh of relief as well. He's had a great start of Chris Bailey. Damage limitations from that opening lap from him and that start. But look at Kid Dynamite. It's from all the way back. He's now fighting with Guy 9th and 10th place. Look at this, and the other Williams as well. That's Red Car Rambo getting involved.
So yeah, it looks like most of the cars that dived into the pits then all took new front wings.
That's good to know. Good to know. Let's look at this guy on the inside. Ryan got a little bit squirrely on the exit. Will duck in. No DRS, of course. Just yet. That'll come in at the end of this lap. 5 seconds now, the gap for Mujoni down back to Ballboy. Let's look at this as... who's that? That's McKinley as well. He's getting back into it, and he's had a go at Red Car Rambo and gets passed into 11th spot. The Ferrari man really putting back on a charge. He had a little spin at the about turn 2, turn 3 opening lap, and now he's back on it.
Ryan's trying to put a bit of pressure on there.
He is. He's trying to fight back. He will not be happy with that, but he is pushing hard as we've got Dynamite all over the back of Guy. We've got action throughout the field. We've got a battle up for 3rd. We've got Alex, Chris Bailey and LRL. He's battling as now. DRS is enabled this lap. Gap opening up at the front to 1.3 seconds between the teammates. Ryan has got Mark Ainley, but no, Mark Ainley fights back. Scratch Charisma and Monster both up a few places as well. They're right on the tail end of this, trying to see what's going to happen. Will they take some scraps? As Guy gets a penalty. Guy's lost the back end. Oh, he's out. Guy's out. He's lost the front wheel. That must be a full safety car, surely, from where that is. But just yellow flags at the moment. How did that happen? Don't know where he would have hit the wall and lost his wheel.
I'm not sure. This This lobby is just really holding out from us with the safety cars, because I definitely would have called at least 2 safety cars by now with those crashes.
Yeah, you would definitely think so as well. I think you would have got away with Le Rappel. He was on the inside of the second last corner and the last corner. But look
MTO's
at this
just
further
been done
back.
by Gation and Kid.
Yeah, well, actually, that was the one up ahead. I was looking at the one with Red Car Rambo, Charisma as well. There's just battles all the way through the top 10 as the top 2 disappear into the distance. Ball Boy's got Alex, Chris Bailey and LOL for company, and then the gap back to Gation with Dynamite, MTO, Mark Ainley, Red Car Rambo, and Green Benzema, and of course the other Mercedes of Andrew of Monster. I don't know which one to look at. I don't know which one to focus on.
Almost every single gap's under a second here.
This is incredible. Look at that. That was Ryan goes very deep into the last corner, and then Scratch Charisma trying to get alongside. He's alongside going down the straight. There's both got DRS. Ryan's got a bit. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? That's going to be Charisma. I think he outbroke himself, but he's also had a go at his teammate. Runs very deep, but now look at this. It's Mark Ainley and Red Car Rambo both go past there side by side into turn 2. Red Car wise, he backs out of it. Let's see the Ferrari go through. Scratch was trying to be a little bit optimistic. As Alex has left the session, that could be a connection issue from the Qatari. Hopefully he will be back with us. He's running currently in 4th under pressure from Chris Bailey, so hopefully he will be back very, very soon. But he will lose time as the car goes to AI mode.
I feel like we're in an elimination race here. Almost every lap we've lost a car.
Well, let's hope we get to the end of this one, but you're right. As all Thatcher's pitted again. So second time in 4 laps. Look at this. We're looking down the back straight as we've got. That's Mark Ainley having a go. MTO no DRS. So Mark Ainley got the run, had the overspeed. Now we've got
Thatcher's gone for another front wing.
Yeah, is that what he's done? He's gone for another one. So yeah, having all sorts of problems with the AlphaTauri. We saw both AlphaTauris, funny enough, now Guy is out of the race, but all 4 AlphaTauris in qualifying going for a spin. So whatever setup they're using, not really working for their rear tyres at this track. But Red Car has got the Ferrari of Scratch all over the back of him, and Andrew as well trying to keep on the back as Scratch pushing Ryan round the last corner. Now, keep it clean. As our MTO's got DRS, but so has Mark Ainley. He got it off the back of Kid Dynamite. Is he going to try and do the switchback? Oh, that's a little bit close, but perfect time for the front wing. That was great switchback, opportunistic. Very opportunistic. We just cut away from it. We cut away from the front wing, but look at that. Scratch is going to also have a look. He backs out of it as well through the S. Is not really a place to pass through there. That's asking for trouble.
These guys are having an absolutely fantastic fight here in the middle of the pack.
This is incredible. This is absolutely fantastic. You don't know who's going to make a move next. But now you would look at Red Car Rambo. He's going to have the DRS on the back of the Ferrari, but already makes a move on the inside. He's also going to get the run and the DRS down the back straight. He's already there. Let's have a look. The rear wing wide open on that Williams. Mark Ainley, there's nothing he can do even in the slipstream. He's right underneath the Williams. Can he get close? He can't, but look at this. MTO's going to have a go. Look at this. Outbound breaking each other. Ryan's stuck in the middle of it. Mark Ainley, how on earth he made that? No DRS. Very, very slippery Ferrari, that one. But look at this. We've also got MTO on the inside. There's a Ferrari there of Scratch. What's going to happen? And Ryan has the outside, then turns to the inside line. Manages to defend from MTO. Scratch no way through there. Too tight, too narrow to get through. Wow.
They're going for the telemetry. I think Ryan's going to start struggling soon. He's burnt through a lot of his ERS there. He's on 20%.
Wow, as soon as that Scratch Charisma goes very, very wide. That's allowing Andrew on the inside of the last corner. He does make it. Of course, Andrew on the medium compound tyres. Let's have a quick look of who's on the tyres at the front. Kid Dynamite, he's on the medium tyres. He's all over the back of Gating as well. Scratch Charisma's got back past Monster with the DRS. I'm favouring Kid Dynamite and Monster here. They're in this really good battles between them, each of them, and they're on the harder compound tyres.
Yeah, I think Kid's in a great place here. Obviously, he'll have the DRS under Gation's rear wing for this lap, so definitely get him a bit closer to Alex as well. Now he's back in his car, I think. Yeah,
certainly will. I'll tell you what, we've missed it due to all the excitement. That gap had really opened up from second to third. It's dropped now to 3.9 seconds, so maybe Bald Boy he's in clear air now. He's got 2 seconds to LRL further back, who's under pressure from Chris Bailey. They're having their own little scrap. And now it's just going to be interesting to see as there we go. Kid Dynamite gets past Gatian, but we've got Mark Ainley, Red Car Rambo. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? A very slippery Ferrari, and now MTO as well. But look at this Ryan, his ERS light. You're right about using all his ERS. It is flashing away. Side by side, I love this helicopter cam. Perfect timing as well for it through this middle sector. As drivers taking different lines, trying to get the drive to get any kind of advantage over the other drive. Mark Ainley defending fantastically well through that. Nowhere through for Ryan.
I think it's the problem with this track. It seems to be quite DRS trainy when you start getting to these little packs.
Yeah, you're right. It does a little bit, and we've seen, as we just saw that last lap, this how slippery that Ferrari is. But there we are, Ryan again with DRS into turn 1, has to go to the outside line. Is he going to try the switchback? Mark Ainley doesn't allow him to do it. Ryan carried a little bit too much speed, wasn't able to stop the car in time. But yeah, that gap from second to third coming down all the time. 3.6 now as it opened up from first to second. 2.2 from Reitz to Agoni. We have left them alone a little bit, but that's just because of the mega action that we've got. MTO's losing places as well. Scratch has forced his way through. MTO on medium compound tyres, so he's going to go a lot longer. But look at this, Andrew's taking the outside line. The 3 abreast almost going into the tight hairpin before it leads to the back straight. Who's going to come out the winner with this one? This little battle is helping Ryan and Mark Ainley to get away from them all. Ryan is ERS like flashing away. He's going to lose a lot of performance on the straight. He still pulls out though. The overspeed on the Williams. Is he going to get him under the brakes? He certainly does. The Williams man makes that move back again.
Got the fastest Williams in the world at the minute.
It really does.
But Kid's made up another place. That's 14 places he's made up since the start now.
Sorry, apologies for that. One of the stewards' chats was having a video call going on there, trying to have a video call. That was a new one. Sorry, I sidetracked slightly. But now, let's see what Ryan can do. Can he pull away from the Ferrari? He's pulled nearly a second. So if he's got 4 seconds to hunt down... Now, Kid Dynamite's now got Alex. So this is going to be interesting. Baldwin, look at that gap, second to third. 2.7 seconds. I don't know if Ogoni's had a bit of an issue somewhere. But Alex on the back of Kid Dynamite and Gatian as well. The soft tire is going to start going away. I think that a few drivers took a bit longer than the 8-9 laps forecasted.
Yeah, I think as far as somebody took them, it was probably about 10 or 11 laps.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, I think even some took them up to 13, I do believe. I think it was single track took them.
You are asking for a bit of trouble from the medium runners if you start trying to push them that far.
Yeah, and I think there was a safety car around that time as well, about mid race. So a few of them were pitting as Gatian the DRS on Alex. Gets past him down that main straight. Makes it look easy in the McLaren up to 7th, or back up to 7th, I should say.
So Dynamite's not really tearing chunks out of the next bit of the pack, but he's definitely closing in. He's got under 3 seconds now up to the top 5.
He does, yeah, so that's going to be the gaps. The gap's quite around 3 seconds as Ugoni pits early. He's the first one to blink of the top runners. Look at this, both Ferrari drivers side by side, fighting tooth and nail. It's both reserve drivers as well. Look at this, Scratch Charisma trying to go through and does. Into the second last corner around the outside. And then Mark Ainley decides, nope, enough's enough, you go past, I'm going to pit and try to get the undercut back again.
It's definitely helping people like Ryan with people fighting behind him. But there's a lot of people pitting there and someone's gone into the hard, so it's Ballboy.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at some of those. Yeah, Ballboy's gone on the hards. Mark Ainley's gone on the hard compounds as well. So, difference in strategies, difference in thought pattern as well. Ugoni comes out the pits right ahead of the Williams man of Ryan. He's going to take a bit for those medium tyres to warm up, but Ryan's got to watch out. He's got Scratch Charisma all over his rear wing, and we know how aggressive Scratch can be. He doesn't pull any punches.
It's definitely going to be a good battle between the two of them. It wasn't obviously the start of the Tier 2 race.
No, it wasn't. No. Ryan, he's had really good pace, and Benzema, really, really quick. Saw it in the practice race last night. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get the stream on that one, but we saw it earlier on, of course, this evening. Absolutely run the race start to finish.
I don't know, Ryan's keeping so much speed in that Williams. He's got 11% ERS now.
Yeah, kind of needs to save it through that middle sector where you know it's single file. Just needs to keep hold of it. But those rear tyres, that Williams got a little bit snaky, but then so did Benzema behind him as well. So they are struggling now. 8 laps on those tyres. Reese has pitted now to cover off. Now Ryan pits as well. He's had enough on those soft compound tyres. So, but Scratch keeps on going. So that's going to be interesting. Let's see where we'll see when Scratch comes into the pits of what he can do. See where he's going to feed out if the undercut's powerful enough.
I think the undercut here is pretty good, to be fair, because the softs do just seem to drop off.
And that's the thing, if you start getting that drop off, as you mentioned there, the understeer through this first sector that we're on board with MTO, and then the traction that you get out the last sector that you need out of the kind of point and squirt, if you like, the really tight corners, it just affects you all over the lap, doesn't it? It's not something you can be manageable as such.
Nobody ever wants to get that message from Jeff saying, I think we're going to lose grip this lap, because that's when they always just seem to drop off.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It sometimes even comes I found the lap before that. It's like, yeah, thanks Jeff, it's a bit late for that one.
Reese is already making moves back up to 3rd place.
Yes, he's already got Gatey in as well. Gatey yet to pit, he stayed out that extra lap. Now he's got Kid Dynamite in his sights. Kid Dynamite going a lot longer. He should go another 4 laps maybe, I think. Who knows? We don't know strategies yet, folks, of course. We've seen a few of the drivers, as we know, go on to the hard compound tyres. Could potentially get the one-stop working from there. But look at the overspeed. Look at Reese, the grip that he's got again on those extra set of soft tyres. So you'll have to use mediums next time round. At least, and look, Dynamite just didn't really put up the fight. It's not his battle, doesn't want to be held up. Still got a pit stop, of course, to make Kid Dynamite. He started at the back as well. So he's having a fantastic race.
Yeah, for Reese, he's just going to put the pedal to the metal now, get that gap back up, then when it comes time, in about 8 or 9 laps time, slap the mediums on. He'll still easily be within the top 5, I reckon.
Well, MTO's Charisma's had a moment. Charisma's gone round at the exit of turn 1. The Ferrari man, he was on a charge. We saw how the battles that he had as well. He didn't have the best qualifying, but he had a lot of good battles going on with the likes of Red Car Rambo. Now, tell you what, this is going to throw a cat amongst the pigeons. He was on the back, had just passed Red Car Rambo. Rambo pits. Now with that spin from Charisma, Ryan's only 2.5 seconds behind and on fresh tyres, so he's effectively got nearly a pit stop on him. That's really worked against Charisma.
For Scratch, it's definitely starting to show that the soft tyres they're almost at the end of their life there. I don't think anyone should take them much further than 10 laps.
Yeah,
I'm just asking for trouble there.
As you rightly say, Reese now retakes the lead from Chris Bailey. But to be fair, Chris Bailey has now got Kid Dynamite in close quarters as well. Kid Dynamite, of course, medium tyres, can go a lot longer than the soft tyres showed Williams of Chris Bailey. As Chris Bailey pits, he does. He's now bailed. Like you rightly say, he must have been listening to you. I think there, Morgan.
Well, I probably wouldn't, because I barely make it through my own race, but...
It's one of those, when we're not in it, it's so easy. It's like when you're watching the football match, you tell the borough to score, and they score, and then that's what happens, and then what do? We knock top teams out of cups.
Yeah, the young stuff that comes on last minute, it just comes on and scores a goal.
Exactly, yeah. Just knock those big teams out as though they're nothing.
Yeah, Chelsea's going down, everybody knows it.
Oh yeah, of course.
I heard they're like the Williams of the football. Same colours and everything.
I'm not getting any comments on that, so I think we'll better move on.
They got up for sale, haven't they, as well? So, obviously nobody wants them, so it just proves the point.
I'm just waiting for the comments. I am. It's just, just poke the bear enough, and it'll wake up.
Gotta get a reaction out of someone. Someone's gonna be a Chelsea fan in this place.
I know, there must be. Well, the two Aston Martin drivers, Paul Boy gets past MTO. Different strategies, of course, as well from them. I think MTO let his teammate go through there, trying to hunt down Gaethje, and he's taking 11 laps out of those soft tyres. MTO, nearly good save.
As Reese is just blasting in some fast laps here.
He is, isn't he? He just went purple last lap and does it again this lap, trying to build the gaps, as you rightly say. There we go, Gaethje now finally does pit 11 laps on those soft tyres, the longest of all the other drivers. He's the one to keep them going.
I tell you one that's definitely putting a bit of a surprise on, which I didn't see, was Ballboy doing pretty well on those hard tyres up in fourth.
Yeah, he's the one that he pitted from third, and yeah, he decided to go for those hard compound tyres. He's dropped quite a bit back for Ugoni though. He was only 3 or 4 seconds back, so I don't know if he had a bit of traffic that Ugoni hasn't had to deal with to drop so far back. But if it's the long game he's playing, he can take those hards easily to the end. Take a leaf out of the night shadow. Oh, as he goes very deep through there. Didn't get the front end grip that he wanted, but like, take the leaf out of the Gav book of go hard or go home. Or is that my book? Apparently called the Gav.
I mean, I tried to say it's going to come out of our book, but from Japan, but we just won't go into it.
Yeah. I was refraining from bringing that up, you know. I really was, and one of us had to go. For those of you who didn't see it, Morgan and I, the T-side, your beloved T-side twosome, had a little bit of an altercation on the last lap, and we'll leave it at that.
It came to fisticuffs and everything, I think.
A little bit. It did a little bit.
Starting.
It did. But it's all good. We kiss and made up, and we're all good.
Back here, commentating again. We got a nice little battle going on here for 5th, 6th and 7th.
Yeah, just cut back to that actually. Funny enough, looking at Chris Bailey, he's on a lot fresher tyres. They've really caught to the back of MTO, who's got no ERS left either. But he's really at the mercy. Look at that of LRL going around the outside of turn 1. Now the inside of turn 2 and makes the move. Stick MTO, tried to hang on the outside. Couldn't do it. Ooh, takes a little bit of the curve there. May have got a warning there as well. You can get away with it some of these corners, you mentioned earlier. Monsters not having a question. Monsters retired from the session as he lost it. Trying to see where he's lost it. Outside the last corner. He's got a tank slapper on and ditched into the wall, unfortunately. Now there's just a yellow flag there. Are we going to have another virtual safety car? We're going to have the first safety car. But look at this. Chris Bailey looking at the inside of MTO. He'll have got the DRS as well because of where he made the overtake. The Williams rear wing wide open makes the move stick. MTO suffering now on those medium tyres, but yeah, unlucky for Monster. Mercedes not having a good one here in the Circuit of Americas. Let's roll on to Mexico. Unlucky Andrew. Best luck next week. As same for Guy Lerapel and Gene Genie. We move on.
Oh, it seems to have settled down to a bit of a lull now. Some gaps opening up.
Yeah, the closest battles actually. I'm going to cut back to the Mark Ainley battle. He's in 11th on the hard compound tyres with Ollie and G-Star, an 11 lap old mediums. They pitted early for damage.
Yeah, just personally, I don't think the hard tyre is a great race tyre around here, so I can
LRL's
see why.
gone. LRL has crashed. Where was that? Outside of the last corner. He's hit the wall on the inside. Oh, he was battling so well. Full virtual safety car. Again, they don't want to put the full safety car out, do they? But there's a few drivers. This is going to help Ollie and G-Star almost getting to the end of the life on those mediums, so they put another set on. 13 odd laps to the end. They'll take those to the end comfortably. I do believe they'll be in there the lights, but I tell you, this is going to hurt MTO. He was already past that battle as we go green already. So those drivers in the pits just about getting to the end of the pit lane. They're able to continue on the way.
It was a pretty short VSC, to be fair.
It really was, yeah. No, that's a good half a lap and nothing this time. Not so
But
much.
they're definitely not giving out a safety car tonight for these guys.
I think they've run out of fuel from Tier 2.
He definitely deserves the driver of the day.
He did for Tier 2, he really did. Yeah, it doesn't take away some of the drivers who did have really good races. And so I tell you, it's going to be interesting now. Fatch is on, he's gone for the softs, so he'll have to go for the mediums, I would imagine, to the end.
Yeah, obviously, Fatch has pitted a couple of times for, I think he's had 2 new front wings now, so another pit stop, a set of mediums should get him to the end.
Yeah, a few drivers already. Now, only 2 to pit, left to pit, MTO and Kid Dynamite. They started on the medium compound tyres. Are they trying to push and take a set of softs? Well, 11 laps we've seen. They go another lap or so. They'll try and take the set of softs to the end.
This set of sort of like babying tyres through a race, he's kept the pace for 15 laps on those mediums, so I'd definitely say he could get 11 laps out of a set of softs.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, I'm looking at the gaps as well. There's about 15 seconds from Dynamite to Bald Boy. It was on the hard compound tyres. There's a few shorter gaps. So Kid Dynamite, when he first gets those soft tyres on it, it's going to be lightning quick. Yes, the gap is opening up to Reese, but I see do see a podium for Kid Dynamite coming back here. I've probably jinxed it, commentator's curse, but the speed he will have when he first puts on, if he puts those set of tyres on, he'll be monstrously fast. Kid Dynamite now closing on the back of Bald Boy.
Yeah, I can definitely say that with a set of softs on for his last stint, the pace difference between the medium and the softs is unreal here, to be fair.
Yeah, they are. Just the grip that it seems to give is just astronomical in terms of the difference. Let's have a look further down the field. Chris Bailey, the closest battle on track. He's closing to the back of Bald Boy. Doesn't necessarily need to do it on track. There are penalties to Bald Boy, which we're just going to have a quick look at so far. 3 seconds for Ugoni, 3 seconds for Bald Boy, 13 for MTO. That's a huge amount for him. That's really unusual as well. Gating with 3, Mark Henley, Ollie Racing with 3, Scratch Grisman with 9, and Dumas Hornet there in 15th with 6 seconds worth of penalties. This is the closest gap. There's a few just over a second. And then we've got Ryan's kind of on his own. Ugoni's 2.6 behind Dynamite in 3rd and 2nd. Obviously we've got this battle for 4th. MTO's sort of on his own a little bit, but there we go. Look at that. Chris Bailey makes the move on the inside, gives room on the outside. Who gets the better drive? But who's going to have the DRS? It's the Williams of Chris Bailey. He's going to be going alongside. There goes the Aston Martin. Breezes past way before the braking zone, and the Williams on his way into 4th. 14 seconds the gap he's got now to hunt down Ugoni. Of course, no penalties. Reese has pitted again. He's now taking his 2nd stop. He'll have seen Chris Bailey take Bald Boy and know the speed difference. He'll see what tyre he's on. Kid Dynamite now finally makes his pit stop. 10 laps to go. Let's have a look at this one. What tyres is he going to put on it? Will it be the softs? That is the question.
As Ugoni takes the lead, I wonder if he's going to try and take those mediums to the end now, Ugoni.
Yeah, I wonder if he will. It's going to be very interesting.
Just shows how much of a ridiculous lead that Reese had built up to still be in 2nd after a pit stop.
It really is, isn't it? It really was. Kid Dynamite comes out in 5th, of course. Now he's now made that stop with the soft compound tyres. MTO now finally pits as well. Let's have a look at what tyres everyone's putting on. Reese put the mediums on. I don't know if he's run out of softs from qualifying, or maybe just thinks 10 laps on the soft too far. Mediums, no, he knows he's going to make them.
He started on soft, didn't he? So his only choice for the end of the race was the mediums.
Of course, you're right. So Ollie's back in the points as well now. Ollie and Mark Ainley. We haven't seen a Ferrari Mercedes battle for a little while, but here we are. There's a lot of that early on. Fatch and Charisma having a little battle as well. Fatch taking 12 laps on those soft compound tyres. As Scratch Charisma had a little bit of a moment. He may have done. He's still going, pointing in the right direction. No damage to that Ferrari. Tell you what, Reese is going to be absolutely rapid now, closing down his teammate.
Yeah, he's already showed his pace he's had all race, so I can't imagine that now's going to be any difference.
Yeah, exactly that. MTO, again, faster compound tyres, gets back past Ollie Racing. Hunting down the Ferrari. Ollie may have had a moment there. He's battling with G-Star as well now. Out to reaches just outside the top 10 for the points. But Bald Boy as well in the back of Chris Bailey with Kid Dynamite in close company of the soft compound tyres. We said he's going to have the overspeed. We're going to say he's going to have the grip. Is he going to make a move into turn 1 late on the brakes? Makes a move to the inside. He does. Good away. Ooh, little bit of a little moment from Ball Boy, but nothing happening, nothing untoward there. We said about the grip that he's going to have, and he's certainly making use of them already.
Yeah, the grip on those set of softs is just going to be unreal compared to 9-lap-old hards.
It is. Now, I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting. Now, he was in second, of course, on the road before the second pit, his first and only pit stop. Chris Bailey is obviously hunting him down now. He's going to have the DRS and mega grip coming out of this for traction. Let's see what Ugoni does. Will he stick on track and try to make them last to the end?
I mean,
10 laps, an extra 10 laps on the mediums. I don't think he'll be able to do it, but there we go. Kid Dynamite blasts past the Williams. Takes net third position.
I think Ugoni's going to have to pit. With his penalty, he's already, Reese is already in penalty range. So I could just see him dive into the pits in the next few laps, slap on a set of softs for the end of the race.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Charisma was there getting out the way.
He's already gone for it.
Oh, he has, and he's got a 5-second penalty to compound to his woes. Kid Dynamite easily will come through there. Chris Bailey could take those. Yeah, Chris Bailey could definitely go at the end. Alex is retired from the session. As Kid Dynamite sets the fastest lap of the race, told you he's going to have some pace. Wow. Where is... That's the second last corner he's lost it, so it'll be outside of the long right-hand corner. Alex has lost it. That's so unfortunate. I was having a really good race as well, Alex. The Red Bull. But again, no safety car, just a yellow flag.
Yeah, this game baffles me sometimes with its decisions, but...
It does.
I guess it just doesn't want a safety car now. Maybe it just handed out too many just for us.
I seriously do think that. I'm starting to think that it ran out of fuel. Either Bert Milan's just gone on strike. I've had enough. I've had enough of you lot.
Doesn't want to get paid overtime for this.
So, Ugoni got that 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. What can he do about it? There's 8 laps left. He is 5 seconds behind Chris Bailey. Is that 5 seconds? Nope, sorry, 3.5 seconds behind Chris Bailey. I do apologise. So, if he can get that pace on those soft compound tyres, will easily do those 8 laps. That's going to be interesting to see how far he can get and see how far he can push those. Now,
I mean, look how much time he's just gained up to Bullboy, even just through that little tiny piece of road there. Already within half a second. Bullboy's off the road.
Look at this as well. He's struggling the hard compound to the soft compound. Just around the outside of the second last corner. The grip difference, absolutely spectacular. Wow. Absolutely. So there's one down. Chris Bailey up ahead. Tell you who
versus fresh softs.
Exactly. Tell you who's having a bit of a lonely race at the moment, but it's a very, very good race nonetheless. Is our very own Red Car Rambo, well, how should we say, the third wheel to the twosome, shall we say? Shall we call him that? The stabilisers. Shall we put him on that?
You know what? He's had an absolutely fantastic race. He had some great battles early on. He might be having a lonely race, but it's a solid finish in 7th for him.
Yeah, I don't think he'll complain too much. As look at this, we're just going to cut back to Mark Ainley and MTO having a little bit of a ding-dong as well. There's the other Ferrari, Scratch Charisma, who's lapped, isn't getting out the way, so he's actually putting off his teammate here, really putting him off, and this is going to allow MTO, he's on the fresher, soft compound tyres, to get onto the back of the Ferrari. Yeah,
you know what, I'm actually thinking for Scratch not moving there, is it'll give McKinley DRS into the next straight.
Sometimes you do get it off the back marker, but look at this. Look, is MTO going to have a look into the hairpin? He's not going to this time around.
I wonder if he's going to have DRS on that Ferrari.
It's going to be. I think he's too far away. I think the other Ferrari, Scratch, is too far away. He's not. He is too far back.
Scratch has just messed up his own teammates so much.
He really has, wheel to wheel. Look at that. But we've seen earlier how slippery that Mark Henley's Ferrari is. Nearly did it as well there. MTO had to use everything and all his ERS just to get past in the DRS as well. Yeah, look at Ryan. Still no penalties as well. Top 2, no penalties. Red car, no penalties. G-Star, no penalties as well. This is going to help G-Star get a few more points. He's got the same amount of laps on those medium compound tyres as the Ferrari ahead of him.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of penalties. Obviously, Scratch and MTO there with the most penalties at 12 and 11 seconds.
Yeah, let's have a quick look. See who we've got. Yeah, MTO really going to suffer. That'll drop him outside of the top 10 as it stands with 11 seconds worth. Marcani with 3, so G-Star will definitely get those 2 places at least from them. I think Ryan, like we say, is just having his own little race. He'll just try and manage the gaps. 6 seconds with 6 seconds. Sorry, 6 seconds with 6 laps, I should say. As Ugoni is now, we said has he got the speed and has he got the pace to get past Chris Bailey? He does. He needs to find 5 more seconds on the Williams man.
See what else he can use. The difference between Ugoni Soft and Kid Soft is going to make a big difference, because I don't think it's going to help him catch him. Yeah, he's got 8 seconds worth of penalties as well, so I don't think I think that battle will almost be null and void, but you've got to already. I know there's 6 laps left to go, but Kid Dynamite so far this race is that a Red Bull out there or an Alpha Tauri? Not sure who that was. On the outside of the left-hander there. Let's see who it was. There's a car on the circuit map, but not sure who it is. It's McKinley, who I think he's spun there into Sector 2. Yes, he has. Sector 3. Yeah, he has missed that one. Yeah, he was having a really good battle as well. He was in the chance of some points, but now we've got Ollie Racing's been promoted up into 9th, G-Star into 10th. They're going to be hunting down. An absolute nightmare there. He is, isn't he? He's unfortunately the Alpha Tauri guys not enjoying quarter this evening, and the sole remaining Mercedes currently will only gain a point after the penalties are applied. Doesn't want to lose too much time though. He'll be pushing on, as we all do. Right, it says Thatcher's DNF, but his car's just left the pit, so that's a weird one. Ah. Hey. Still going. And of course anything can still happen. Ryan again on his own. He's just now lapped Scratch Charisma. Scratch has actually got DRS off him. But MTO, tell you what, MTO's really catching Ryan now. He has got 11 seconds worth of penalties. There was 6 seconds with 6 laps remaining. There's 4 laps and he's only 3.6, so he's catching him over a second a lap. Of course, 11 seconds worth of penalties, so will demote MTO further back down the grid. There's a lot more gaps opening now. The only one kind of battle on track, and that's G-Star and Ollie Racing at the outer reach of the top 10. Now, I tell you what, Reese has now got a penalty. He's still pushing on. To be fair, I'm surprised he's not just trying to coast for his victory, to be fair. Yeah, still pushing. I don't know if he's trying to get fastest lap. Who has got the fastest lap at the moment? Have a quick... there we are. So, Dynamite. Dynamite's got the fastest lap of the race, a 34.8. Nearly a second quicker than what Reese did earlier in the race. Second fastest would be Ojoni at a 35.5, so that showed how quick Dynamite's pace was as soon as he put the soft tyres on. Soft tyres on, low fuel, he'll be fired in that Alpine. He will. Yeah, it's come to a little bit of a head at the moment. It has really settled down, hasn't it? There's
Penalties are going to play a part at the end, but I think with the gaps, let's have a quick look. The main one, to be fair, Ujoni's 4.2 ahead now of Chris Bailey. Needs 0.7 to keep that third place. So that gets 5.5 now, so he's getting there. You said, would he have enough time to push and get that 5 seconds? He's not far away.
Yeah, he's doing his best, and he's to try and get that 5-second gap.
Yeah, I think that's the only one that's at risk at the moment. To be perfectly honest, I think it is. Yeah, there's 2 seconds between MTO and Ollie Racing, but 4 seconds on track, so that won't change either. Ollie will drop currently to 10th. Mark Ainley, yep, he will drop as well. He won't lose anything as well, so 4.8 between 3rd and 4th. It's getting closer to that magic 5 seconds that we're going. He's going to need. He's going to be pushing all the way to the flag, as will, well, most of the drivers, but a lot of them will be trying to bring the car home. Thought Reese might do, actually, until he got his penalty.
Yeah, the people without penalties obviously driving really well. Kid Dynamite, Red Car, G-Star. Oh, just as I say it, Red Car gets his first penalty of the race. But,
first one in 2 races.
Yeah, it's a really difficult track here to not get the track limit penalties, especially with how many blind corners there are. So
Scott is retired. I think he may have done that in the pit lane. Not actually sure where he is. I think he's going through turn 1. So 12 runners left. Here's Ollie Racing, gets a big heap of oversteer coming out of the tight right-hander. Then, yep, the Red Bull of G-Star would have got that place anyway. He's also going to get the place from MTO come the end of the race, with MTO's 11 seconds worth of penalties. The gap is big enough to Ollie, so MTO will only lose the place to G-Star. Won't lose any more than that as it stands.
Definitely looks like Ollie's after that place, though.
Yeah, Ollie's going to have to push back. But now, the next closest battle on track, MTO and Ryan. Be the most action Ryan's had for half of this race. Obviously, like you mentioned there, Morgan, he had some really good battles with all the Ferraris as well early on, and then just seemed to find himself on his own through different pit stop phases.
Well, even all that driving on his own, he hasn't managed to save much ERS for any battles. He's got 8%.
He does like to use it, Ryan. It is like a favourite toy of his. He loves to use the ERS regardless if he's in a battle or not. And this is going to leave him for... Wow, look at that. I don't know if he actually was just got a little bit... His tyres getting a little bit worn there, but MTO straight through on the inside. Continuing his charge on Ryan, not losing any more time than needs be. He will get DRS down the back straight just to help him a little bit more, help him along his way. G-Star next in line, closing and closing. Let's have a quick look at the tyre situation. He's taken 15 laps out of those medium tyres, so he will be fit. Yeah, that explains quite a bit, to be fair.
To be fair, there's also the fact that if he knows how much penalties MTO's got, it's just not worth the fight, is it, to be fair?
It's not, but it's G-Star as well now, hasn't got any penalties, so now G-Star is going to pass him, put him at risk on track.
I think as long as he can try and stay within that second of MTO, it should definitely help pull him along.
It will do, yeah, it certainly will, but 7 laps on the softs will start to drop off a little bit. Won't hurt too much. Importantly, Ujoni is now 6.4 seconds ahead of Chris Bailey, so currently cementing that third spot in the podium for both the Alfa Romeos.
Yeah, it's been a great drive from both of the Alfa Romeo drivers.
It is. It has been an absolutely dominant performance.
To be fair, I think my big question is I wonder how Ball Boy's feeling on those 17 laps on a set of hards.
Yeah, they
must
can't
be
be
like
fun.
Driving on ice.
That's not going to be fun. I bet it's the first time this part of the world's seen ice.
Yeah. All the fun stories that was going around, it was a bit snowy in Texas.
Exactly. Now Ryan's got another 3-second penalty. So what's that going to do to the end of the top 10? Ollie's still 2 places behind, extra 3 seconds, so it would mean Ryan would finish 9th as it stands. MTO has disappeared a little bit into the distance now, as now G-Star got the DRS he has and makes that move. He would have got it anyway due to the penalty for Ryan. But now that's it, and I tell you what, that's it now. Ujoni has got that place. Chris Bailey, extra 3 seconds worth of penalties. That cements Ugoni's 3rd place as it stands. Reese is on the last lap. He's going through Sector 1. Relatively unchallenged since the first corner. Got away well. Defended from his teammate to turn 1, and then he disappeared into the distance. Had to make a few overtakes after the pit stop strategy, but that is all he's had, and that will also cement Ollie Racing in 10th place to get the point for the Mercedes man. Extra 3 seconds will be 6 in total over the top of Redcar Rambo.
Well, even with the end of his race not going that to plan, Ryan's had a fantastic race here in T1. Got to give him credit where credit's due.
You're right, he has. He always comes up and he delivers, especially with the Tier 1 guys. He's definitely holds his own. Every time he comes in as a reserve driver. 2 drivers not to get a penalty, Kid Dynamite and G-Star. So G-Star will gain another place to 7th, but we're on board with the rounds the last corner. The race leader from start to finish, Poleman. And now the race winner, Reese Wickham, takes the the checkered flag. And he wins in Kota. 2nd place. What a drive from last on the grid. Kid Dynamite, one-stop strategy. Made the mediums last a long time. And he takes 2nd. 4 seconds at the end. Ojoni, well-deserved 3rd spot from him. Chris Bailey in the Williams takes 4th, just outside the podiums. I'm looking for him. Bald Boy, he does the one-stop. He finishes 5th as well. Gatian in the McLaren man. He had a few battles early on, and then again a little bit of a lonely battle, a lonely race really for him. He finishes in 6th. MTO came through the field as well. 11 seconds worth of penalties. Will demote him a little bit further down, but he had some good battles and some really good pace towards the end. He takes 7th. Ryan takes 8th, but now G-Star gets promoted to 7th on track. MTO 8th. Redcar takes 9th, and Ollie rounds out the top 10. Mark Ainley, he had some good battles as well. They're very slippy Ferrari. Unlucky, really, I think, not to finish in the points. Just didn't seem to go his way today. The second half of the race, he will finish in 11th. Thomas Hornet a lap down. He is the last of the finish in 12th. And we have seen Scratch Charisma, Olfach, Alex, LRL, Monster, Gagai, Lirapel, and Genie all DNF'd this evening from Tier 1 in Kota.
What a race.
It was a really good race. I loved that battle. That battle in the first half of the race was absolutely incredible. There was like 5-6 cars all fighting for position. Didn't have a clue who to watch.
Yeah, the start of the race was had to be pretty much everywhere to find all the battles, but we managed to keep as many as we could on the screen, I think.
I think we just about managed it. I think you're right. But Reese deservedly takes the top. What a fantastic, dominant victory as well from the Alfa Romeo man. Fantastic drive from Kid Dynamite, takes 2nd, and of course the other Alfa Romeo, Joni, takes 3rd. Well done to all 3 drivers. Look at Kid Dynamite, 20th for the one-stop strategy. Good mix, actually, 1-stop, 2 stops as well. So it was interesting to see, and they managed to make the tyres last as well, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, some absolutely fantastic drives. A big variation in strategies for a lot of people, but people like Bullboy made those hard work, even though he's just put in the chat he was supposed to have a set of mediums on.
Was he? I think, to be fair, that's probably not done him harm, though. He would have kept the pace until the end, so I think that's not too bad.
But obviously, got to give the credit to Kid Dynamite there. 20th on the grid to 2nd. Absolutely fantastic drive.
It really was. Only 4 seconds, well, 7 at the end, and then 4 because of the penalty. That's it from Reese, who was dominant throughout. I think you can't go wrong with that at all. He must be very, very pleased with himself and very happy. But no, that was a fantastic drive. Thank you for coming back, Morgan. It's been great to have the T-Star Tucson back. I love that.
Yes, it's been a while, but it's been a good, definitely picked a good race for a comeback.
We did. Yeah, no safety cars, of course. A few A few virtual ones, but no full-on safety cars. Like we say, I think they ran out of fuel on that one. The game didn't want to, was sick of them this evening.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, thanks for joining me, mate. We'll definitely be back again soon, and you can all join us on Wednesday, where I'll be doing double duties. Gavel is away, as we mentioned earlier, so double duties for Tier 3 and Tier 4. Will we see as much drama? Will we see safety cars? Will we see collisions? Will we see overtakes like we have in the battles like we have tonight? We can definitely be sure of some excitement, regardless of what it may be. So 7 o'clock, we'll be here on Wednesday evening. It'll be myself, and we've got a host of co-commentators as well. It'll be the M&Ms as well. One of them, Simba, will be joining me for Tier 4. I'm actually sure he was joining me for Tier 3. I'll have to double check that one.
Pretty sure it's me.
Oh, we've got the T-side twosome again.
Yeah, I think so.
Twice in a week. Oh, I'll tell you what.
A double twosome, let's go.
We'll take that. We'll take that this week. We've got M&M in Tier 4, and we've got the T-side twosome twice in a week. That's too many T's there.
Too many T's.
But thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gents. We will look forward to seeing you on Wednesday evening, and we shall see you then. Thanks very much for watching. Good night.